Hey, welcome to the Gagootz Show. Happy Tuesday, everyone.
Happy Tuesday.
It's Benny Rizzuti and Nicole Monaco. And tonight our special guests are Bob Greenberg and Mike Fine.
Yeah!
So, we got a great show for you. So, how was your week so far?
So far, so good. I had a very good week. I'm looking forward to tomorrow night. I have a competition, the Long Island Laugh-Off.
The
Great Long Island Laugh-Off.
Great.
Yes, we've been talking about it here and there, and tomorrow night I will be at the brokerage at 8 o'clock. So if you would like to come, make a reservation and call. And laugh hard for me, because
yeah, no, come on
I
down.
want fans, but we'll see. Mike Keegan, I know, is definitely going to be competing alongside of me. So, you know, good luck to you too, Mike. I love you.
Oh, best of luck to you, though.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
And it's the semifinals.
Yes, it's the semifinals.
Great.
If I make it through to this round, then it'll, you know, go into the third, and we'll see how that goes. I'd just be happy to get through. But,
Great.
So I have that going on, and then Saturday night I have a show at Napper Tandy's in Northport, also at 8 o'clock, and it'll be myself, Stephen Perillo, Kristen Florio, Tracy Carnazzo, Andy Julia, and Jay El Paso Watkins.
Really?
They're going to be coming down for the night.
So
it's going to be, it was a last-minute show put together, and they're coming, and it's going to be a good time. So if you may have seen them previously on our Gagootz show, they're a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to working with them again.
Yeah, that ought to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. So what's going on with you? You got anything?
I got nothing.
You got nothing?
I was going to have the Old Bastards of Comedy was supposed to have a show Friday.
Yeah.
But we decided we'd rather have nap time.
Oh, okay.
So we're
Makes
not doing the show. I don't know. Some of the bastards couldn't get anybody. So I had people, but they didn't. Anyway.
Where was it supposed to be?
At the Clarion Hotel.
Oh, right, right.
It was supposed to be at the Clarion Friday.
That stinks that it got canceled.
I know.
Maybe you reschedule it.
I'll reschedule it.
But we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back.
Yeah, we're going to go to a video.
Yes.
We're going to show a video clip of Bob Greenberg, and then we'll be back with Bob Greenberg. You're watching the Gagootz Show on Madhousetv.
Summer's here. Best thing about summertime is beautiful women walking around in tank tops and short shorts. The worst part? Guys like me walking around in tank tops and short shorts. I'm so fat I'm beside myself. You know, when you're not fit, things fit not. You know that? Slow people, but nice people. So, you guys remember John Candy? Yeah. You do. Here's my impression of John Candy in every film. All right, one more impression for you. Any Honeymooners fans out there? Any Honeymooners? Well, you know, Jack Gleason played Ralph Graham, but he was a big Shakespeare fan, but he never got a chance to do Shakespeare. So here is Jack Gleason doing Shakespeare. To be or not to be? Oh, that is the question. Because you know that I know. That you know that I'm the Prince of Denmark. Oh, I'm the Prince. I am the Prince. And Ophelia is a mental case. No. Now is the winter of our discontent. Made glorious summer by the son of York. A horse. No. Buy a kingdom for a horse or a string of Peloponnese. If you tickle us, do we not laugh? Ha 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 ha. If you prick us, do we not blink? Oh, prick me. Will you prick me? Thank you, I'm Bob Greenberg.
And we're back with our very special guest, Bob Greenberg.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yay.
I feel like I'm in home here. I think I live right there. I think you can see my wife. I think right in there, and there's my kid. And hey, guys.
That's beautiful. So you're here, and we're so excited.
Thank you. I'm excited too. I'm sinking in this chair, though. Can you see me? Can you see me? I should sit up.
Do you want a pillow?
No, hold on.
Do you want
there you go. And I just want to get
all
my rolls to settle in. I got my rolls and my bagels here. Hold on a second. There we go.
Open up
I got your chins up.
Chins up. Shop.
You reach a certain age when it's chins up. Yes. How are you? Where are you? Oh, there you are. How you doing?
They say if you put your tongue at the roof of your mouth when you take pictures,
oh, is this attractive? Is this attractive?
This is what happens.
I should get a new headshot like this. Like that?
It helps the double chin.
Oh, it does? All right.
That's what they say.
It's all right.
So anyway, we're excited. We want to hear all about the Stella.
The Stella is a new play. The Stella, it's in the Fringe Festival. You can Google thestellatheplay.com, and I'll read exactly what it says. I'll be professional. A comedic drama, that means there's laughs, that dives into the cutthroat, venomous, and often hilarious world of personal injury. And I play a personal injury attorney, and I'm a real bastard. Oh. I'm a sadistic, racist son of a bitch, and very funny. Yeah.
And where can we find you? Where can we see this? When are the shows?
This is part of the Fringe Festival, and it's in this theater, which is in Italian, so you guys should be able to pronounce it. Teatro, which I think means theater in Italian, right? At the St. Clemente. It's 107 Suffolk Street. If you go on the Fringe website, or you do the .com, there'll be a clip, but thefringe.com or thestellatheplay.com, if you Google that, it'll come up. So.
We're going to have we have a little clip, a little commercial
you did a very,
we're going to show later.
He did a very nice job. He sent it to me last night. I was very happy. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so you're in the Stella.
I'm in the Stella.
You play
Phil Schwartzbaum. Yeah, he's a lawyer who is just horrible. He's a horrible human being. He puts his young lawyer that he's training through the mill, and I don't want to spoil it if you come, but I'm unbelievably cruel. I'm screaming, I'm spitting, I'm using bad language. It's funny because I'm a clean comic, so when I'm rehearsing the play and my daughter's in the other room, I'm cutting like dickwad and fuckwad. I'm not saying, and so I get to rehearsal, I'm cutting those, I'm just like naturally pulling as a stand-up, you know when you do a clean show, you don't say certain things. And the director says, "Where's the fuckwad, Bob? Where's the dickwad?" Yeah, can you say that on this show? I don't know. But anyway, but in the play, in the context of the play, it makes sense because of my character, But it was natural for me to cut it. And now, before I get on stage, I got to work myself up, as an actor. And I'm like they say I'm a nice guy. So I'm a nice guy. So I get really pissed. And I go, fuck this audience and fuck this. And I'm working myself up. So when I come out on stage, it's like, I'm foaming at the mouth, and like everything just pisses me off, So, but that's what's funny about the character. Guy screaming, and it's like Archie Bunker in a way, but it's that kind of that Sam Kinison, Archie Bunker kind of anger. Lewis Black has it too, That's just so appealing.
Which he played anger in the movie Inside Out. That was his character.
There you go.
Anger emotion. So.
Oh, congratulations on being a finalist in the.
I made it. I'm the semi-finalist.
You're a semi-coma?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
And you're doing a show, all Italian, no Jewish comics on. Is it an anti-Semitic show?
I'm not sure.
I heard one Italian name. What happened to the Jewish comedians?
Well, Mike Keegan.
Is he Jewish?
Irish-Italian.
Oh. That's the same thing. You see, if you're Italian, Irish, Jewish, it's all the same shit.
No, there were Jewish comedians.
There is? Okay. You named all these names, and I'm waiting for a Berg or a Schwartz or a...
You could just add that to the end of somebody's last name. It's okay. I could be Lamonaco,
I think if you're funny, you're Jewish. I think that's the law. So it's all right.
We'll leave it at that.
Well, if you live in New York, you're Jewish. There you go.
You'd have to be to.
Yeah, Lenny Bruce said that. You can't be a Jew in Texas. A black guy's Jewish in New York. If he lives in New York, he's saying, "I want a bagel with a schmear." You got chutzpah. Everyone talks like that. Like the Indians, right? They're Indian in those bagel places. You want a schmear?
I feel like like I was an old Jewish woman in another lifetime.
Yeah, people use those words all the time.
I do.
You know,
you know, oy vey.
But in Texas, do they say shmear? I don't know the shmear, y'all. I don't think so. You know?
Instead of oil, they use Earl, right?
Well, they say
Castor Earl.
We say Houston Street, right? And some people from Texas were on a train and they wanted Houston Street. Like, oh, there's no Houston Street. It's Houston Street. But I guess we probably mispronounce it. We say Houston Street, you know. So
that's funny.
Little fact there for you.
So
come to the Stella.
All right, now you do the play, right. And you perform stand-up.
I'm a stand-up comic, and I also do a show called Old Jews Telling Jokes, and we'll be in Bucks County Playhouse in Pennsylvania in November. Old Jews Telling Jokes, and then we're in the George Street Playhouse in New Brunswick, New Jersey, December to January. So I've done it in Pennsylvania. I did it in Rhode Island. It's a tour of the Old Jews. I'm not old enough to play the part, but I act it, you know. So.
Who else is on that show with you?
Oh,
there's obviously no Italians on there. It's all.
Do we have actually? Gianna is Italian, and Jude is Italian. We actually have 2 Gentiles. Sharon is Jewish, and I think David Jack is doing it. Sharon Geller is in it, and the other 2 kids, there's 2 young Jews, and they're both Italian. They can pass, you know, Jews and Italians for years.
How did they get
Jews and Italians can play Native Americans, too, if you watch movies. They're often, you know, so.
How did they get in old Jews?
If they're young.
They talk with their hands. Nobody knew. They got big noses. They talk with their hands, and they've got dark hair. There you go.
There it is,
Mom, what's this? Ay vez mia to Mamma Mia. What do you got? Although I think the Italians do this, the Jews do this. It's about, you know, if you have a palsy shake, you could be Jewish or Italian. You know, if you have a little palsy going. No, either way, when you use the hands, it's Jewish or Italian.
That's it.
Now, you're performing a play at the moment.
Correct.
So do you still perform stand-up? Do you find time for that?
I could, but right now I'm focusing on this because it's only 2 weeks. But I could, I can switch gears and go into my act if I had to. I mean, I have my set act. I did do like a hospital show recently, and I did something else. But I you know, try to, like, if I'm doing a play, I try to stick to it. But you know, when I'm off on a Monday or a Tuesday, I'll do some stand-up. Definitely.
Where do you find yourself more comfortable, on a stage for a play or a stage for stand-up?
Well, it's a good question. The beauty about doing stand-up is that you can change your act. You can pander to the crowd. You talk about this. I talk about what I am. I talk about being fat. I talk about being Jewish. I do impressions of fat comedians, you know. So, you know, I can pander or rearrange stuff, but when you do a play, you have to commit to that play. Like, I'll tell you, Old Jews Telling Jokes. There's a lot of dirty jokes in that show. So some matinees, like you got a church group comes in, Hadassah sends some seniors. They're a little tight with the dick jokes, and, you know, they don't want to laugh at that stuff. Whereas a Friday night crowd or a Saturday night crowd, Saturday night, it's always fantastic.
Right.
So you can't change the jokes. It's you know, Old Jews Telling Jokes is a play. There's old jokes in it, and there's old jokes performed like a sketch. But you can't just decide, oh, they're not going to get these kind of jokes. I'm going to switch it. You know,
right.
They're all Gentiles. We're going to switch it. You know, you can't do it. You have to commit to it. So there, it's different. So it's really you basically lock into the material when you do a play, and you commit to it every time. You can, you know, finagle your timing. You could go a little faster if you feel need be. If they're an elderly audience and you feel maybe they're not hearing, slow it up, enunciate more, that kind of stuff.
Right.
But you can't, like, change your material.
Of course.
Like, I could do a bit. I have a big Chris Christie thing that I do. And if I get a bunch of Republicans in the room and they get Donald Trump's, whatever, you know, then you realize, oh, I can't do the Donald Trump jokes because Donald Trump's family. You know what I mean? You know.
Right.
Or I do a John Gotti bit, and Gotti's family's, you know, so you can switch it. You go, okay, well, I won't do that. Or I'll switch my John Gotti bit to Al Capone or something, you know what I mean? And then you can change it. But when you do a play, you commit to the play, you know. We had a great crowd the other night. We were, like, sold out. Great crowd, you know, Sunday night. We have a show tomorrow night. We have a matinee on a Tuesday. And I don't know, like, for the play that I'm doing, the Stella, they're all elderly. Are they going to dig me saying, fuck what? You know what I mean? Like, will they laugh or will they go, ooh? You know? But I can't change it, you know, because it's a play.
Those are your lines.
So you commit to it. So I guess to answer your question, that's the only difference, is that you lock it in. But there's lots of stand-ups that never change their act. Right. You know that. Mm-hmm. And sometimes the crowd just turns on them and they don't care. You know, Larry David was one of those guys, and if he felt they didn't get him, he would just walk off stage.
He didn't care.
But most comics, we do pander, right? We just switch gears, and, you know, even Gilbert Gottfried on The Aristocrats, if you remember, he was doing his whole, you know, he was doing right after 9/11 those 9/11 jokes, and they were like kind of booing him and saying it too soon, and so he went into the joke about The Aristocrats. So he pandered to the crowd. It was great how he told it, but he flipped gears. So that's the difference. You can't, once you commit to a play and the character, you've got to sell it, and that's it.
Now, how did you get the part? Where were you? You went on auditions?
Yeah, well, I do movies and TV. I audition for stuff. This came about, I guess, a short story would be more like I knew somebody in a previous play that this author did. He invited me to the show. I met the author, and there was another project that came up, a film. Someone said, you should contact him. I did. And then he just wrote the play and said, you know, you'd be great for this character. So he basically cast me as soon as the ink was
That's fantastic.
wet. Yeah. So that was great.
Anyway, we're going to take a quick break.
All right.
And
chins up.
Chins up.
Tongue out.
And we'll be back with Mike Fine. And then Bob will be back in a little while.
And my tongue will be out.
We'll be right back. You're watching The Gagootz Show on Madhousetv.com.
Come to the Stella.
Hi, I'm Tom Mealy from Madhouse TV, and when I'm not at the studio, I'm here at the Harrison Law Group. This is my real job. And this January 2015, Brett and I are putting together a show called Legal Straight Talk. It'll be aired on Cablevision as well as here at Madhouse TV. You need to tune in. This information that we're going to be giving the public is the real deal. It's all about what you should do, what you shouldn't do. So tune in this January 2015 for a new episode of Legal Straight Talk.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching doing it to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
Some of you are looking at me like you may have seen me before or recognized me, and that's probably because I was on the Facebook for a little while. I actually just got off of the Facebook and decided to go back onto MySpace. You know, I want to be by myself for a little while. it's nice getting some peace and quiet now. I'm glad to be here. I actually invited my rabbi to come out tonight to the show to come cheer me on here, but he respectfully declined because he says he does not like the language they use at these comedy shows, you know, like cover charge. I'm very good looking. I was doing a show here the other night, and after I got off stage, this girl walks over to me and she said she wanted me to make love to her in the worst way. And fortunately for her, that's the only way I know how.
Just want to cuddle. What? You know you want it.
And I have a big surprise for you.
Surprise? Want to cuddle you. I'm the best.
You know how to cuddle doggy style?
Here's my boy.
My balls are tingling and itching. I want to cuddle all night. Is there any more ice?
Go. Go.
Cuddling shit is crazy.
And we're back on the Gagootz Show with our second guest, Mike Fine, Reverend Mike Fine. Excuse me.
Thank you.
Reverend Mike.
Now,
Thank you. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with Benny and Nicole.
yes, those are our names.
Or, no, I sometimes get the host mixed up. So
I could be Benny sometimes. It's the mustache, I know.
It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
It's a pleasure having you here.
So you're recently an ordained minister, or reverend?
Yeah, I became an ordained minister about 4 months ago, and it's going really well. So my life has completely changed. It took on a bit of a transformation, and it's going great now. I have a whole new outlook on life, and things are going really great.
What led to that transformation?
I basically was living a immoral lifestyle for, a better part of my life, and it's just something was missing, and this, one thing led to the next. It's
Here you are now.
No, there was just like a void. There was something was missing, and I didn't know what it was, and I read a lot online and listen to the radio and overhear people talking. So and just felt right. Yeah.
Was this like a correspondence course? Was this an online, become a minister online?
No, it was a little more than that. I had to fill out like some forms and stuff, but it sounds absurd, or well, let me just say it does sound like absurd or crazy, but like when I told my parents, they thought I was out of my mind, but like everything I ever did in my life, they thought I was out of my mind. So, but it feels good. It feels natural. A lot of my friends are cool with it. I'm able to officiate weddings now, funerals, baptisms. If any of you, ever need to get like the need for like a baptism,
Maybe a group baptism?
Or like, are you guys dating or married or because?
No, we're not.
We're not.
Because, I'm running like a special to the end of the summer, if you guys.
Excellent. If it happens within the next, and before Labor Day, then we'll definitely give you a jingle. But enough about that.
Yeah.
So we were mentioning while we were on the break that you're involved with the Gong Show that's going to be at the Bolton Center.
Yeah, that's going to be September 12th. I am a judge in the off-Broadway production of the Gong Show, It's a great cast. You have Leslie Gold, the radio chick, and Chuck Nice was the other judge. And it's really a lot of fun, and it's good, clean, wholesome fun for the whole family. It's, you know, if there's any church groups or anybody watching, you know, we do offer group rates, and it would be a sin to miss out on it.
Okay.
I feel like we hit a.
No, so the Gong Show is actually a play?
So serious. I don't know if it is serious or not serious. I just can't tell.
Whatever feels natural.
The Gong Show is a play, then?
It's like the television show with Chuck Barris, but it's the touring theatrical version of it. But it's a Sony authorized production, you know. So I'm a part of that. I do that during the day, you know, until this whole Reverend thing picks up.
And what is your character?
I'm a judge, which is kind of ironic because there's only one being that could really be a judge, you know, the Lord.
You know,
the Lord.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you were also known as a cuddle star, correct?
It's
you are
a lot of people. Yeah,
you've cuddled over 10,000 women. We show.
Yes, yeah, I have cuddled over 10,000 women, and there were probably a few men that snuck in there. But over the years,
how does the Lord feel about that?
But you know, it's actually interesting because all of that, living that life of excess, actually led up to me, you know, basically being born again. And the best part about, you know, being born again or any birth is making the baby. You know? No, I'm only joking. That's a little humor. But or attempt at. But seriously, though, I did cuddle over 10,000 women, and over the course of my lifetime.
You cuddled 10,000 women.
Oh, it's more than that now.
Okay, but like, I need to know, because this is a question that needs to happen. Like, what is the, like, you know, the boner ratio of cuddling with these people?
Wow.
It might be too personal, but I need to know because that's 10,000 women.
Well, to some it's a lot. To some it's, you know, it's par for the course. It's
all strangers.
No, a lot of they're no strangers. We're all no. I'm serious. We're all like part of one big family, and a lot of them were introduced. And I really don't want to like focus too much on that, but. You know, a lot of the women, it's okay to call them that, right? A lot of, you know, because I don't know why that even...
Politically correct?
No, well, yeah, because I don't know what they like to be referred to, but...
I think you're safe with women.
Well,
women safe.
Women. That's good. Okay, because they are... It's like, you know, we're trying to have a serious conversation. Sorry. No, but you know what? It's good. It's not a sin. Laughter, levity is actually, you know, it's very uplifting. Bob, his laughter is contagious. Oh my gosh. I was about to say that women are people too.
Right.
And, you know, yes, people look at it that it's 10,000 women that I've cuddled with, but I don't look at it as 10,000 women. I look at it as that it was 10,000 different experiences where, you know, I was able to learn from.
Okay.
Now, on that video that we showed, you are getting spanked while wearing a muzzle. Is that a new a cuddling technique that we are not aware of?
Well, I don't know. Maybe some of your viewers may be aware of it, but it's called cuddling doggy style. First of all, for people who don't know, that I actually made a cuddle film. It's the first full feature length cuddle film with over 70 minutes of pure cuddling action. It's something that, you know, I'm proud of. It was from a different time of my life, but, you know, if people want to purchase it, they could go into cuddlestar.com and they could view it. But getting back to that, the doggy style cuddling, it's, the thing behind that is it's, you're able to have adult fun, but in a responsible way. That's
Well, that was something.
Yeah, because because a lot of people ask, why do you cuddle? You know, when it's because what's the alternative? Making love to them? No. So it turns out that I figured this is a way no one gets hurt. It's fun. You know,
It's safe.
It's safe. Everyone could watch it. Like, the kids don't have to leave the room. You don't have to worry if you leave the computer on, you know, when it's there on the screen.
And it feels natural.
It is natural because you're able to bond and get closer to someone without having to resort to make.
And you can't get a you can't get a CTD.
Well, if you're doing
cuddle transmitted disease.
Well, if you're doing it right, you can. But
with that note, we're going to go to a quick commercial, and we'll be back in a few minutes. You're watching the Gagootz Show on Madhousetv.com.
What are you looking for? You don't even know that. You don't even know. Are you on the ball list? So you can't even answer. I'm asking you about it. You gotta be highly skilled. You gotta be highly skilled. You understand that?
What are you sick?
Are you well versed there? Are you very smart man? Hit me with some funny shit.
My shit's twisted.
Tell me something. Tell me something.
What do you have right there?
That's awesome.
Well,
that's a big.
That's
nice.
You know damn well. You know damn well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's
Sir. Are you interested in twisted or not?
Yes, I am. Sure. I see you got twisted.
That's twisted. That's talent. You see what I'm saying? You understand me? And if you can't whip out answers like that, that man is liable to resort a commercial break, punch your fucking mouth loose. You understand me? Time is up, sir. You understand me? You're on. You're the man. All right. Give me your name now. I'm sorry.
My name is Willie.
Willie, where you working at?
We are twisted. We are awesome. Love it. Love it.
Can you repeat that question again?
And we're back with both of our guests, Bob Greenberg and Reverend Michael Fine.
That's right.
Hey, it's great to be back.
Enjoy that segment so
whoever's
much.
meant to be is meant to be.
And women, I think you can call. Broads, no, but women is okay. I think women is all right. I think very, the women.
How about Tootsie? Is Tootsie okay?
Tootsie. I once called the girl Toots doing Curly of the Three Stooges, and they were offended. You know, hiya, Toots, and they were like, "Oh, Mr. Greenberg, you really shouldn't say that." That's So.
What about tomatoes?
I like tomato.
I like tomatoes. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
I like it.
And in the 40s, they used to say, must be jelly because jam don't shake like that.
That's right.
Well, men, women, we're all God's children.
That's right, Reverend. Yes.
That is true. Speaking of old.
By the way, when he said he was talking about that he sinned and he saw the light, these lamps above went on. When he said they did, I was sitting over there, and these lights came on.
Divine intervention.
This light wasn't. This light wasn't here when I was here. And then he's talking, and I'm sitting over there, and the lights came on just as he said he saw the light. Reverend.
Yeah, I did. It's I'm a reformed veganist, and that's I live a certain type of lifestyle, and you know, when you're doing good things, it's okay to get signs, you know, and let you know you're on the right path.
And you eat Malamars if you're a veganist?
If you eat them in the company of other God-fearing people, yeah.
Oh, okay. Sure. I like the fact that she's so young. She didn't know the Gong Show. You said the Gong Show, and she was like, "Oh, you play a part." You don't know what the Gong Show is, do you?
She's not familiar. Well,
she had no idea.
If you two are going to spend your whole life together, I would.
Yeah, you should maybe watch some reruns. Watch the game show, Game Show Network.
We'll get on that.
The Gong Show was like a talent show, and the three judges, if you stunk, they would hit the gong.
Yeah,
and get you.
It's like America's Got Talent in a way.
Yeah, in a way. If you like any Blockbuster or West Coast Video, they would have them.
You can rent a 8-track of it, or you can rent a Beta Max of it.
Sure
I have some 16 millimeter. I have some Super 8 sound of one of the episodes.
Excellent.
Before we go off track, I want to
Kinescope. I'll loan you my Kinescope. Yeah.
There's something we both want to know.
Sure.
Both of you are members of the Friars Club?
In fact, we both were
inducted the
same day. We didn't know each other before that.
April 19th, 2009.
A day that will live in infamy.
Yes.
Really? You were both inducted?
Inducted the same day. I was sponsored by Jeffrey Ross and Dave Koenig. Who were your sponsors?
And I was not sponsored by Dave Koenig or Jeffrey.
No, they don't. They still don't sponsor him. They don't support him whatsoever.
No.
I don't want to name drop, but
I didn't name drop Jeffrey Ross, did I?
No,
or Dave Koenig. I don't think I name dropped Jeffrey Ross.
No, I had two other sponsors.
You won't name drop who sponsored?
They were anti-Semites, right?
No, but it's
Hitler and Goebbels sponsored him into the Friars Club.
No,
Leopold and Loeb, right? Yeah, I remember that great comedy team, Leopold and Loeb. No, it was Sacco and Vanzetti. They're Italian. Sacco and Sacco and Vanzetti.
You probably know his work from Goodfellas or Casino, and the other one is like not really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of us are not familiar with the Friars Club.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, she doesn't know what we're talking about.
I don't know anything that's going on.
I'm sitting here with an embryo. I don't know what I'm.
Have you ever been to Costco?
I've been there. I go there for the sample.
So it's like you have to pay a membership in order to participate in, you know, being able to buy wholesale merchandise.
It's a whorehouse, the Friars Club. It's just a whorehouse of comedians.
Sounds like a dashing good time.
It's a hooah house, as we used to say in Brooklyn.
You need to pay dues, but
you get sponsored, and we do shows. We do shows. We could sponsor either one of you.
We do a lot of communal work as well.
Yeah, we perform. We're part of the Sunshine shows. I do shows at I'll be at the Old Actors Home. They don't call it the Old Actors Home anymore.
Yeah, no.
Lillian Booth Home for Actors. I'm going to be there in October doing the show.
There's an orphanage. We have a...
But it's a
No, but we really do put on shows for The Friars Club is really a benevolent organization. It's the roast raises money for all the charities that we support. And they also send comedians to new places.
The roast originally started, is that true?
Yes, the roast. We had roasts and we had toasts. The toasts are a little nicer than the roasts, but the roasts became famous. And, of course, Jeffrey Ross and other people took the roast onto the Comedy Central and that kind of thing. But it started with the roast. The Friars started like 100 years ago. They were doing that, yeah.
So that's where the whole roast...
It's supposed to be a private party. You remember the Michigas, the stunad of the whole Ted Danson and Whoopi Goldberg thing? You remember that? Where he put on blackface. And this was considered fine because it was a private party, but Montel Williams, I don't think you would know who Montel Williams is. Okay, she's so young. No, it was on a television. No, anyway, which you had to turn on. He made a big stink about it, and we got into, I mean, the club, we weren't members then, but got into a lot of trouble because of that. But the point of the roast was that it was a private, it was a men's organization, and it was a stag
See, that's the part I don't like. It should be inclusive as opposed to exclusive.
Right, right. But now we have women, we have black people, we have everybody.
Yeah. This is a club that...
No Mexicans. No, we have Mexicans.
If it was
no Latvians.
If I was
hate
a
the
member.
Latvians. No, I don't know. I have no idea what even Latvia.
I
support Latvia. Don't write me.
If I was a member,
if you live in Latvia, come to the Stella.
There's a lot of Yazidi.
Yes.
Could
I have a lot of ziti at the
Could I go
Fry
there
Shop.
like any time? Say I was a member.
If you remember, you go there for lunch. You can go there for cocktails, dinner. And then we have special events. Mike did a wonderful. We both produced for Mickey Freeman.
Yeah, and there's a Tupperware party.
Yeah, the Tupperware party's good. And we also have a Thursday underwear exchange. On the Thursday, we all meet. On the fifth floor, we exchange underwear. Because you should change your underwear at least once a week, right? I change it with Mike. Mike might change it with somebody else.
Well, they have a like an end of the summer flea market, which they close off 55th
Oh, we have a
Street,
steam bath. I actually have some pastrami cooking in the steam room right now.
Yeah.
I should call somebody. If Friars told me, if you're listening, could you turn over the pastrami? and I have some knockwurst too in the steam room. Just
he's such a kidder.
Beat it with a branch. Beat my knockwurst.
He's such
I always beat my knockwurst in the steam room. I enjoy that.
See, Bob is what's right with the world today.
I'm what's right. Where did I go right?
Good, clean, wholesome fun for the whole family.
It's this show. I was a clean comic before, the Stella, which you can see right now with the Fringe Festival.
God.
Now, Saturday Night Live, you've been have
yes,
you been on
with Jim Carrey. Yeah.
I viewed it. I've seen it.
One day he will. I think he's going to be a writer on the show. I've acted on the show. Yes, with Jim Carrey in the monologue in was it January 8th, 2011? Yeah.
That was 2011. Now?
Yeah, I did my lines and we did improv too. Something went wrong, so it's you can find it online. I'm sure you know.
Yes.
It's Jim Carrey and the Black Crows. Is that right? Yes, that was the musical act. But I'm in the monologue, so watch the monologue. Yeah.
It's so cool. Yeah. Saturday nights, I'm usually home listening to NPR or, reading a book.
I usually stay home and listen to.
No, not even that. It's I don't like going out. There's nothing to really watch.
Amos
because the Gagootz show is not on Saturday night. So. There's really nothing, so I don't get fulfillment out of.
Don't you perform on Saturday night?
He does perform.
No, I used to. If they want me, I'll probably do it, but I'm not.
Now that he's seen this light that came on.
Well, I was just doing the comedy to pay the bills till this whole ministry thing picked up.
So you're not a hua anymore, right? You were a hua.
Like if anybody's looking to get married. I know Bob's married and they're going to renew their vows, I think I'm going to get the Greenberg account.
Oh, good. We'll do it again. We'll do it again for you.
Yeah, if anybody's looking to...
do you wear those glasses while you do it?
Yeah, I need a read, yeah.
You should get a motorcycle and sidecar.
You're definitely doing my wedding when I get married. I don't know when that's going to be, but it's totally going to be.
You know what? The first ones you discounted. The second
first ones, because it'll be a series, obviously.
No, actually, to be perfectly honest, I actually guarantee 100% success rate. Anybody I marry will. You're not getting divorced. You may become a widow, but you're not.
You might kill your husband, but no, you won't divorce him.
Money back guarantee?
Yeah, I give a 100% money back guarantee that if the marriage doesn't work, which I guess just it wasn't meant to be. Then it's not really my fault.
So you give him back the $2?
No, if I marry you, if I officiate your wedding, it's gonna last, and you have my word. My hand on.
It will hand. What book is that?
It doesn't even matter.
Doesn't matter. Do you do brisses too, circumcision?
I don't do circumcisions. I'll do a baptism. I'll throw that in, and
I'll cater your affair. I like food.
I'll do the wedding. I'll do the wedding.
Yeah.
And if you bring if you get married and then you bring in a friend and that friend brings in like 2 more friends.
Oh, it's a pyramid. It's a pyramid effect again. Do you get a pink Cadillac?
A pyramid scam. I mean, scheme. That's what it is.
It's not a scam, but it's,
where does your money go to? Does it go to a Swiss bank account?
No, if you let me do your wedding and they bring a friend and they
bring a friend.
Well.
Sort of a circle of jerks.
Like
a circle affair.
The problem is that a lot of people these days aren't getting married anymore. It's unfortunate. Well, they just don't get married. I don't know why.
They don't know you. If they knew you, they'd get married.
They should get married, but unfortunately they don't. It's
okay.
People
what is this? She did this.
We have to take.
Have we met before, Vicky? You're telling me something?
Cuddling. It's time to cuddle.
It's time to.
Vicky knows.
It's always time to cuddle.
It's always time to cuddle.
My wife knows this too.
There's no wrong time to cuddle.
I wish it was this, but no, it's this.
Listen, we're going to take a little break.
Oh, it got smaller.
Like a little Bob.
It is cold in here.
This is a Bob Greenberg break.
It's a little cold.
We'll be
back for our final.
It's an innie. What can I do?
Back in time for the rapture.
I was in the pool.
We'll be right back. You're watching the Gagootz Show on MadhouseTV.com.
Is that what this is?
Hallelujah.
Are we still on?
Professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
What are you looking for? You don't even know that. Are you on the ball list? So you can't even answer. I'm asking you about it. You gotta be highly skilled. You understand that?
Are you sick?
Are you well versed there? Are you very smart man? Hit me with some funny shit.
My shit's twisted.
Tell me something.
What do you have right there?
That's awesome.
Well,
that's a big.
That's nice.
You know damn well.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Sir. Hey, are you interested in twisted
talent?
Yes, I am.
Sure.
I see you got twisted.
That's talent.
You see what I'm saying? You understand me? And if you can't whip out answers like that, that man is liable to go to commercial break, punch your fucking mouth loose. You understand me? Time is up, sir. You understand me? You're on. You're the man. All right, give me your name now. I'm sorry.
My name is Willie.
Willie, where you working at?
We are twisted. We are awesome. Love it.
Can you repeat that question again?
Dunkin' Donuts are always fresh. I made the donuts. We make them at least twice every day. Time to make the donuts. Not a few kinds, like supermarket. Made the donuts. Time to make the donuts. But up to 52 varieties. The donuts. Time to make the donuts. I made the donuts. Dunkin' Donuts, up to 52 varieties, fresh day and night. No supermarket can say.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is me, DMC, in the place to be, the greatest MC in history. There will never be an MC greater than me. And right about now, the only place for you to be is with the one and only Madhouse TV. You are the man.
Yeah, that's an interesting
We're
one.
back here on this crazy show.
Hallelujah.
Praise the Oh, Jesus!
Praise the Lord. We have Father Michael Fine. Oh, Reverend Fine.
Minister.
Pastor. Yes.
Preacher.
And Bob Greenberg.
Just plain old Bob.
Plain old Bob.
Rabbi Bob Greenberg.
Hey. So we want to talk about, I know, who wanted to mention politics?
About politics.
That's right. Someone sent me, I said, what would you guys
think I'm
like to
Chris
talk
Christie.
about?
They think I'm Chris Christie. No.
And someone said I'd like to talk politics and old showbiz. Do you know who that is, Reverend? Who wrote that to me?
My email account has been hacked on numerous occasions. It could have come from my account. It's possible. Sounds.
I think Donald Trump is very entertaining.
Maybe I have a virus.
What do you think of Donald Trump?
I love Donald Trump.
You do?
How could you not love him? What's there not to love?
He's sweet.
He's a wonderful human being. He's a real mensch, and
he looks like a Oompa Loompa, doesn't he, with that hair?
He's going to make America great again.
What is that? Does he have rosacea? What's this red? I have rosacea. I'm not Irish. I have rosacea. I know you thought I was Irish, but it's rosacea. No, but he's got this red thing going on.
Red.
Yeah, and then he's got the hair. You know, he's got all that money. He can't get a good toupee. I mean,
that's
what's
his trademark. That's his thing. That's
the windswept look? Yeah.
That's his.
You were talking about Donald Trump, right?
Yes. Who did you think were Ivanka?
No, it's I didn't know. It's could have been like a small Chamber of Commerce election.
Donald Trump's been married 3 times already, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's
So he
good
might be
money
a great
there.
customer.
The first wife was Ivana because she said Ivana this, Ivana
Then,
that.
then Marla.
Marla. Oh, I remember Marla Maples.
Marla Maples, yeah.
Beautiful soul.
Yes, yes. and I worked a gig once, and they said, don't shake his hand. You couldn't touch him. He had a thing. Now he's giving people the pound. I saw that. But you couldn't touch Donald.
So you did a show with...
I performed at a party that he was. It was Carl Icahn. I'm dropping names. Carl Icahn, some sort of a party out on the island, you know. And they just told us to stay away. Don't talk to him. You know, like you had to like leave him alone, but don't shake his hand. Don't stick your hand out. They had a thing about germs. But now I see he's giving the pound and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
He's running for president, right? Yeah, so.
Pound sign.
So he won't be kissing babies or any of that.
I want. Well, babies will explode if he kisses them. I think he's ridiculous. I mean, I don't know what. I think the Democrats planted him into this.
I think you would make a good president.
Benny would be a great president.
I would love to be president.
That orange shirt and everything.
I would love to be.
Do you have anyone in mind to be your first lady?
Of course I do.
Nicole, I think.
Nicole would be my first lady.
She would
be.
That's... But you know I'm married. So I could be the first president to
Bill Clinton had his indiscretions.
Oh, yes, I wouldn't be
FDR, you know, he got a lot of action in that wheelchair, you know.
He did, yeah.
And Mrs. Roosevelt, too, I hear. So
what would the first act of business be if you became president of the United States of America?
First act of business?
Legalizing marijuana, right?
Well, yeah, but I would like to end winter in New York.
Oh, winter.
That's important.
Right? I think we would end winter in New York and then legalize marijuana.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
You know?
Sure.
But of course, I mean, because, you know, marijuana has a lot of good uses.
Yes.
There's a lot of good...
Never used a...
There would be no Wendy's or there would be no late night...
You know Professor Erwin Corey? You know who Professor... She doesn't know who... He's 101.
I don't know. Just don't ask me, because I
She doesn't know anything.
You were at his birthday party,
I was at his birthday. We were both at his 100th birthday party. I was at his 101. He's 101 now. And he's a real... He smokes pot. He's a pot... You know, so...
That's why he's still alive.
So maybe that's what it is, yeah.
Professor Erwin Corey was... He was hilarious.
He is.
He's still hilarious.
He's still hilarious.
He looks great. Still very funny.
And he's still funny. And he would make sounds like, right? He'd talk and then he would do like...
Well, no, he kind of did sort of double. What's called double talk. Well, he'd come out for 7 or 8 minutes, not say a word. He'd like act like he had an idea, and then he would check his thing, and he wouldn't say anything, and he'd attempt to talk, and then finally go, however, finally he'd be like in the middle, you know.
And he wore a suit with tails.
He wore tails, kind of like a Groucho Marx thing, and the hair was crazy.
But his hair was like...
And he would talk nonsense. You know, just unbelievable, hysterical.
Pretty much like a day at my house.
Yeah.
What did he say at his birthday?
I just can't stop laughing at his face.
At his birthday party, at Erwin's 101 birthday party, he said that there was a woman who read his palm at the party, and she said, "You're dead."
So you mentioned you have a house.
Yes, I do.
You have a house?
Yes,
Does it have doors?
I own a home. That's
You
why
own a home?
That's why I'm not a stand-up comedian, because...
What's that like?
Yeah, how does it feel? Do you have stucco?
No stucco.
No, you didn't get stucco. Okay,
No.
okay. So you're happy with the house.
You have one of those mortgages?
Yes.
You have mortgages?
Yeah, I have a mortgage payment.
Oh.
That's why I'm not a comedian also.
How's that going?
I work a full-time job.
I heard you make your wife drive a bus?
I guess they're asking me questions.
You make your wife drive a bus for a Catholic school or something?
My wife enjoys driving
St. Anthony's, that's a great school.
St. Anthony's.
Great school.
Yes.
That was my old yeshiva, St. Anthony's. You know, it was a Jewish Catholic school, you know. So.
My wife loves driving because she hates children. So
is she smacking the kids? Is that it, like with the one hand?
Yeah.
Well, children aren't for everybody.
The kids work, you know, she has a bar car in the bar, you know.
Oh, okay.
Bar, so they teach these little kids how to make drinks and everything, because most of them aren't going to amount to much more
Sometimes these little kids aren't so little.
Is it a short bus that she drives?
Yeah, the little bus.
Okay.
Which is ironic, because when I went to school, a little bus used to take me to school.
Oh, it's nice that the little bus took you.
And I married the driver.
Oh, it's nice the little bus took you, and you got home every day, right?
I got home every day, and I decided to marry the driver. And had I known
you see.
Mike,
but you do. I feel like we've known each other in a.
Would you like a napkin? No,
in a past life?
Yeah. Do you believe in the afterlife?
Yeah. I thought you're not allowed to believe. You're supposed to believe in an afterlife, but you don't come back.
Well, you ever have the rapture?
Yes.
That always kills a conversation. Did you ever hear the rapture? That's it. Worse than cancer or the Holocaust. You ever hear the rapture?
We're done.
We're done. This is on radio. Radio. Listen to it. Radio.
Oh, yes.
We're on radio.
This is good.
Hello! Bob Greenberg! And Reverend Mike Fine.
As a matter of fact, the Gagootz show is also on iTunes USA.
Gagootz. What does Gagootz mean?
Gagootz, if you watch some of the past shows,
like
because I know you love
it's like a schmuck?
A Gagootz is a very long green
it's
zucchini,
a penis?
Italian zucchini. It's like the Jolly Green Giants.
Is this a black racial thing?
Oh, Jolly Green Giants. It's a Jolly Green Giants penis.
Oh, it's a Gagootz.
A Gagootz. Looks like the Jolly Green
So
Giants.
it is like a schmuck or a putz. Well, a putz is a limp. A schmeckle is a little penis.
Oh, schmeckle's
That's what Vicky was telling me before. She was looking at me like this, going like that. She was, that's a schmeckle.
Anyway.
And a schmuck is a penis.
How did we get on this such talk? We're
talking about she's just got sex coming out of her eyes. She's saying, talk about penises. She's coming. You can read her. You can read her. More penis talk.
Whoa. I hate that we're having so much fun. We're going to wrap it up. Is there any plug? Would you like to plug anything?
The Stella, part of the Fringe Festival. Yes, Wednesday, Friday. Yes.
Talking about the afterlife, and somehow he's kicking us off the show.
Well, I know. It's that rapture business.
If you would like to come see the Gong Show, it'll be September 12th at the Bolton Center.
That is a Saturday night?
It's a Saturday night. Then
I won't be there.
It's the Lord's Day the following day, and so we'll end
some say
in
the Lord's
time.
Day is Saturday.
It'll be done by 10 o'clock, and you could be home in bed.
You can sleep during the show, as a matter of fact, if you want.
I don't think I will.
All right.
Also, right now, the Gagootz show is airing on iTunes USA.
What is that? Is that radio?
That's a radio you can get right with your telephone. It'll be running.
Bobby Esther, can you hear me?
And if anyone would like me to officiate their wedding, baptism, speak at a funeral, college commencement speech, you
find us on the Facebook.
Find us on the Facebook, Mike Fine.
Bob Greenberg, comedian.
And we're going to show a quick clip about the Stella, all about Bob Greenberg. I want to thank you both for coming on the show.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you.
Thanks for bringing your face here.
Thank you.
You want to say goodbye to everybody?
Good night, all. We'll see you next time here on the Gagootz Show. Enjoy the video.
I'm going to cuddle with Nicole here. Hold on. Let me cuddle with
blessed
Nicole.
day.
Hold on. Can I cuddle with you?
Yes.
All right. I'm cuddling with Nicole.
Yay.
I'm stealing Mike's material. Ooh, feels good.
It's been a long time.
All right. I think we're off.